Good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? You guys look like you're just gonna chill. You just wanna hang out in the park. Let's get on our feet. Can you hear me in the back? Yeah? Okay, good. We got music in the back too. You can hear that volume? Okay, awesome. Shabbat shalom, my friends. Yeah, to you. All right. So we're going to get on our feet as people still continue to come in and settle down. Let's move to the back of the mat and open our feet out into the corners. We just want to make sure like the outer edges of our feet are kind of parallel with the edges of the mat, right? So we don't want to be too turned in or too turned out, but try to be neutral. And then just really feel your footprints. Feel the texture of the mat under your feet. Like take a moment to just really be here, like awaken your senses, right? Like maybe the arches of the feet can lift a little bit. That takes a subtle amount of musculature, like to get the structure of the foot to be balanced so you can distribute your weight well. You want to feel like you're standing in the middle of your heel, but all 10 of your toes have a little bit of weight in them. Yeah, so now I'm making you think, right? And that is yoga. Like that is it in a nutshell. Like we could just stand here and wait to see what's next, or we could actually be in what we're doing as we do it, right? Really doing what we're doing as we do it. And right now we're standing on our feet on the mat. We try to let go of any thoughts of the morning or anticipation for the afternoon, and we just try to be here now. Yeah? You with me? All right. The second layer, besides getting into your body and getting into the moment, is your breath. Oh, all of a sudden you all just took that inhale, and it's like, oh yeah, that's the extra piece. So we want to breathe in and out through the nose. We want to do it like we mean it, right? And so we want to allow space for the lungs to really fill up and really empty out. So again, you're really breathing when you're breathing. It's not just some automatic thing that's happening because your nervous system knows how to tell your heart to beat and your lungs to breathe. It's because you are participating in this thing that makes you alive. So we feel our feet on the ground, we feel the breath moving through us, our heartbeat pulsating energy through us. And then we're going to move, and we're going to see if we can try to stay connected to that presence. On your next inhale, let your arms rise, so we're breathing and moving. And then on the exhale, the arms come down. Time it. However long it takes to inhale, that's how much time you have to get the arms up. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, the arms come down. Yeah, on this one we'll stay. Inhale, arms reach. Hook your thumbs together, spread your fingers wide, and then take a little stretch over to your right. And we can do that in a way that feels really good, right? Like, ooh, we're starting to feel like that morning stretch sensation. Maybe let the hips move a little bit to your left so you get a little more out of the left side body. Yeah, and then on the inhale, just rise back up to center, switch your thumbs, and then go to the other side. Yeah. And so we want to feel like there's some lengthening in the side waist. And it's okay to even let your shoulders rise up a little bit toward your ears because I want you to feel the rib cage lengthen up. And on your inhale again, we'll return to center and then let the arms come down. Be still for a moment as they pass. Maybe a good thought of gratitude to the people who are in that rescue vehicle going to save somebody. Or the person they're saving, right? I think sometimes we just get so immune. It's like, oh, it's just this loud noise. But it's not. There's like somebody's life or some emergency happening in that moment, right? Like, could we just be a little more sensitive? Could we be more present to all the things that are happening? Again, inhale, reach your arms up. On the exhale, let's fold over. Just fold, let your head down. You might feel some sensations of tension in your body. It's okay. We're going to awaken them a little bit, and hopefully we're going to let some of them go. Let's lift halfway. Inhale. Put your fingers on your shins and draw your chest out so your back is flat, and you can look to the front edge of your mat. Arms straight. Push the arms straight. Lift the chest. There you go. Take a deep breath here. And then fold again. Take your hands toward the back of the ankles. Draw the head down. Yeah, get a little lower. And then again, inhale, lift halfway. Push into the legs. Draw the chest out. Lengthen your spine. And then exhale, fold. We're just going to do it one more time. Inhale, lift halfway. Feel the core support for the spine. And then move your hands to your hips and empty your lungs. Good. On your inhale, you'll rise up to standing, flat back. Nicely done. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Just start to move a little bit, groove a little bit. Here we go. We're going to bend our knees, sink our hips, and stay with that same feeling of a flat back. And now reach your arms forward. Yes, that looks good too. Hips are pulling back, arms are reaching forward. You can feel that there's a push and a pull, but you have to still feel that same kind of footprint that you had at the beginning. All 10 toes have weight, but you're sitting in the center of the heel. The legs might start to speak to you a little bit. They may even start to get a little fatigued. So go ahead, sit a little deeper. We want to get them warmed up. Don't look down. Look out to the front edge of your mat. Yes, chest is out, wide and long. Take one more breath, and then fold right in. Just like letting a little heat build into the big muscles. Go ahead and take both hands to the right ankle. Draw your head toward your leg, head toward the knee. And as you're pulling your head over to the right, pull the left hip back. That's it. And then we'll go over to the other side. Again, just like changing up the sensations, like moving in through different angles. The head toward the left leg, and then the right hip pulls back. And then find center. Go ahead and bend your knees again, sink your hips, reach the arms forward. Second time always feels a little better. Now press your palms together and pull them into the heart. We're going to tuck the right elbow inside the right knee and find a twist. Right elbow inside right knee. Think about that, because your legs are apart. I don't want you going across to the opposite leg. I want you to keep the spine long, right? I want you to push the elbow into the leg and push the leg into the elbow so there's some stability. And then press into your palms and open your chest more. Squeeze a little bit behind your left shoulder blade and open your chest a little more. Bend those knees, lift your heart. Yes. Take another breath. Okay. Can you take your left arm up to the sky and then wrap it around behind your back? And as you bind your arm around behind you, can you start straightening your left leg? Yeah, just work your way into the hamstring. Keep the spine long. Morning. Head back a little bit for me. Yep, making space. And then just look down. Release your arms. Soften your knees and rest for a moment. Yeah. You're doing so great. You're rising to the occasion, doing all the things. Make sure you always honor yourself. If there's something deeper or more that you want to do, do it. And if you feel like you need to back off, please do. Stay in it to whatever degree is available to you in the moment. Go ahead, bend your knees, sink your hips, reach the arms forward. Press your palms together at the center and draw them right into the center line, right at the heart. Left elbow inside left knee. Create the lock so the elbow and the knee are pressing gently into each other. And then, feeling it, just take the right arm up to the sky. Open up the chest even more. Feel the work behind the right shoulder blade. Let's do the half bind. Wrap the arm behind. Press your hand into your body so you get even more open across the chest. And then right leg straightens. As you straighten that right leg, draw the head back, the chin away from the chest. Squeeze a little behind the shoulder blade. Yeah, keep lengthening. We're just trying to make space. And then you let the arm go, let the eyes go. Soften both knees and rest for a moment. Now we're gonna come up like a rag doll. So that kind of means you gotta hang. You gotta let your arms, your shoulders, your head kind of stay heavy. But you gotta pull in from the pelvic floor, from the lower belly. You gotta stack your spine until you're standing up really tall, and then roll your shoulders back. Welcome to your body. You have that look on your face like, you have finally arrived. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Let's keep moving. Lift halfway, lengthen. Walk it forward into plank. This is your first plank. Take a minute to organize it. Make sure your hands are under your shoulders. Your toes have a good bend, but the balls of the feet and the pinky toes have some weight in them. Breathing. Just breathing. You feel that core support. And then we're going to lower to the belly. If you want to put your knees down, please go ahead. If you want to just lower slowly like a push-up. And then we get onto the belly and then come into cobra. Such an important pose. Let's do it with the elbows bent. Squeezing the elbows back. Again, working the upper back. How many of you spend hours a week on devices in the car or on your computer, right? Like on our phones, right? So we want to tone the upper back. We want to make sure that our posture stays with the possibility of not hunching forward. So right here, you're doing the work, right? Keeping the collarbones wide, squeezing a little at the upper back, and then using your back muscles more than your arms to lift your chest away from the mat. Think about that. Take your hands off the floor for a second. See how much you're doing from your back, and then put your hands down just to enhance it, right? Instead of bypassing the back and using your arms. So we want to work smart, not hard here. Take one more breath, and then go ahead, relax your chest back down. Yep. One more time, inhale, cobra. Do it your way, feel it in all the right places. Then exhale, release it. Tuck your toes and find your way into your first downward facing dog. You guys can't find your place today. You're over here, you're over here. Are you going? Do you have to go? Namaste. All right. So in down dog, bend the right knee, stretch the left leg. Yep, and then switch to the other side. Again, really doing what you're doing as you do it, right? Press back a little bit, feel into your body. And then look forward. Let's just look at the front of the mat and start walking our feet up to the top of the mat. The feet come together at the top of the mat. And then you'll lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Here we go. Bend your knees, sink your hips. This time it's chair pose. So we lift the head, lift the chest, reach the arms high to the sky. Feet are together here. The big toes are close. The ankles don't have to be touching, right? That's it. You want to feel how strong your legs are. Are you in the center of your heels and are all 10 toes working? Feel that footprint. And then push through the footprints and come all the way up. Stretch all the way to the sky. Lift the shoulders up to your ears. Feel the ribs spread out. And then bring your hands to your heart. So good. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on the inhale. We're going to go to plank and lower on the same exhalation, right? So you bend your elbows and you take it down to the belly. Inhaling into cobra. Try not to squeeze your glutes too much because you don't want your legs to fly up in the air behind you. And then exhale right back to downward facing dog. The toes tuck, the hips rise high, the head hangs low. How are we doing so far? We okay? You guys are quiet. It's a big crowd. How are you doing this morning? Okay, that's a little better. Take one more breath, push back a little. And then look at your hands. Let's walk our feet up to the top of the mat. We got a nice cool breeze going on. Lift halfway, inhale, fold deeply, exhale. Flat back, rise all the way to standing, reach up, and then pull it to the heart. All right, one more time, chair pose. Bend your knees, sink your hips, reach those arms. On the exhale, forward fold. Dive in, head down. Then lift halfway, core engagement. Go to plank. Step back and lower. Same exhalation, emptying the lungs. Inhaling into cobra, fill the lungs. And then empty them again as you go back to downward facing dog. All right, right foot's gonna step up to the hands. It's a lunge. Right foot to right hand, and then we rise up and find our balance. Nice work. All right, so let's bring the hands to heart center and just lean a little bit into the right leg. If you watch me for a second, my front leg is bent. I'm leaning forward. I'm gonna pick up my back leg for a second, and then I'm gonna touch it back down. So don't come all the way up into the balance pose, right? Lean into the front leg, stay in the front leg, and just pick up the back foot, and then put it back down. You'll feel yourself working from the glute, right? Pick it up, and then put it back down. Still balancing, and then the third time, pick it up, and then put it down. Arms sweep back up to the sky. Nice work. Arms open out like a T, and then we'll twist to the right. So it's always interesting to play with unplugging one piece of the pose and seeing what happens, right? See if you can get a little more twist out of your waistline. And if you want to get access to the waist, you gotta really build your foundation. So root the feet down into the mat, and at the same time that the feet are pushing down and out, squeeze your legs into your hip sockets a little bit. From there, pull in the pelvic floor and lower belly. Now see if you can twist from your waist a little more. It's right there. And then turn and face forward. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, take a flow. Hands down, step back, lower, empty, empty, empty out. Take a deep breath in the back bend. And then exhale as you go back to downward facing dog. So now we lunge with the left foot. Left foot steps, stay on the right toes. Inhale as we rise. That's it. Hands to heart center. We lean into the left leg. We stay kind of low. And then just pick up the back leg. We're going to do it 3 times. Just see if you can tap the toe down. There shouldn't be a whole lot of rocking forward and back. Just stay where you are and pick it up. That's it. After 3, you can put it back on the floor. Sweep the arms back up high to the sky. And then we open them out like a T and take our water wheel to the left side. Turning left. Feet push down and out. Own the space on your mat. Again, work your footprints. Feel where you are. Those footprints have a message to the body that say, I am here. I am present. I am ready. Now, integrate the foundation. The feet push out, the legs draw in, the core engages, and then we find the work in the obliques. Turn the rib cage, turn the belly button. Yes. Open the chest wider. So good. And then turn and face forward. Take a deep breath, reach your arms, and then take your flow. So we can get past that and move into the next thing, right? Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. I know the long holds, they work on our patience, right? They also require us to stay focused for a little longer than we want to. And so all of this is about staying present. It's not about perfection of the pose. It's about consciousness and awareness. All right, right foot steps up to the right hand. Stay on your left toes. Come up for high crescent one more time. And for the sake of familiarity, open the arms like a T and give me your twist to the right side. I know you know all the things, right? We were just in here and we did it on 2 sides, so we have even more knowledge and experience. Now we're going to start to fold really slowly so the left hand touches down on the mat. Now, we had an open chain action, we made it a closed chain action. We can get more access to the waist because of the rooting of the left hand. See if you can feel that. Like use the left hand on the ground to open your chest and turn deeper into the twist. Now, feet are pushing down and out. Legs are drawing into the hip sockets. I want you to stay where you are, but float your left hand off the mat 2 inches. Yeah, so you're still in the twist, still feeling all the things, but you're unplugging one piece. Now, can you come back up? Yeah, you can. Look at that. Arms reach, face forward, and then take a flow. You're amazing. You're doing ridiculous things. And rising to the occasion. Yes, inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. It's fun to play with our bodies. It's fun to see what we're capable of. And it's kind of funny to see how it takes time for the body to learn some of the movements. Left foot steps up, stay on the right toes. Oop, that's me too close to the speaker. All right, come on up, and then just like before, open the arms and take our water wheel to the left side. Do all of the things. You know all of the things. And if we do each thing a little bit, they come together, and the pose is like one action. So in super slow motion, you're going to start to tip until the right hand touches down. Use it well, maybe 5 fingertips or your whole palm. You want to use the ground under you to help you root and activate a little bit more of the twisting in the spine. Yeah, it looks really good. Now, can you hold all that? Make sure you're using your feet well. Some of you are so deep in the twist, you forgot your feet and your legs, right? So feet push down and out, legs draw in, belly draws in, and we start to float the right hand. Just an inch or two over the ground. Yeah, you got it. So unplugging one piece, but still holding the form and breathing and not having a bad attitude, right? And then stay facing the left and rise back up slowly. Yes. You could even exalt that. It might look beautiful. Thanks, Terry, for that. Yep, left arm down, right arm up. And then we're going to turn and face forward, reach the arms high, and then take a flow. Yep. Have some fun with your body and connect with your breathing. Okay. All right. Let's look at the top of the mat. Walk our feet all the way back up to the top. Lift halfway on the inhale, and then fold deeply on the exhale. Bend your knees, sink your hips, chair pose. All right, we're going to come into a little bit of a flow so we can get some heat. The temperature is a little bit low today, and there is a cool breeze, lots of clouds. So I want to make sure that we feel warm inside. Push through the feet, come up. Draw the hands right to the heart. Surya Namaskar B. Starts with chair pose. Inhale, bend your knees, reach your arms. As you exhale, fold in deeply. We're going to stay with the breath. On your inhale, you lift halfway. On the exhale, the feet go back and you lower. Empty out your lungs. It's like you're moving loads of oxygen. Inhaling through cobra. Exhale to down dog and then step into warrior one. Right foot steps up, left foot goes flat, and we're going to face forward. I'll give you 3 breaths here so we have a minute to find those little nuances that you know that you might not have stepped into properly, right? You want to make sure your stance feels long and a little wide. Your chest plate is forward and the left side body is pulling a little forward against the resistance of the left foot pushing back. Yep. Take one more breath. And then take your flow. Go ahead. Hands down, step back lower. You can skip all that and go right to down dog if you're starting to fatigue. Don't get sloppy. Right? Do what you can. Do it in good form. Left foot steps up. Right foot turns flat. Warrior one. Heart plate, chest plate, forward. There's a little resistance because the right foot is pushing back. You want to try to bring the right side of the body forward. You'll feel that opening up the psoas. That's the whole point. Take a deep breath, reach a little higher, and then we're going to take a flow. The form is really good. There's not that much for me to correct today. I love the way you're moving. Find your way to downward facing dog and take 3 breaths. Oh, really good ones that feel complete on the inhalation and complete on the exhalation. Are you bringing it this way? Okay, that's good. I feel like I'm talking to them at home. All right, so when you're ready, you're going to look at the top of the mat and bring your feet up to the top. And please bring them together. Lift halfway on the inhale. Fold as you exhale. Bend your knees, sink your hips, reach your arms, Utkatasana, the chair pose. Push through the feet, come on up, feel those footprints, stretch long through the body, and then bring your hands to your heart. All right, so we're going to put all that together, but the warriors are only going to be 1 breath. So we're not going to come in and hold it for 3 or 4 breaths while I talk to you. You're going to come right into warrior and then right back out into plank and lower, all right? So inhale, start with chair pose. Bend your knees, sink your hips, reach your arms. It's going to be a little challenging. Exhale, fold in. Just pace yourself with your breathing. Lift halfway on the inhale. Go to plank and lower on the exhale. Just let your breath lead the way. Inhale to cobra. Exhale as you start pushing back. Right foot steps up, left foot flat. Here's your inhalation. Come on up into the fullest form, and then exhale right back down. Strong, not sloppy, slow, meaningful movement. Inhaling through your back bend, then you touch down dog and step up with your left foot. Yep, some of you got it. Take your time. You don't have to rush. And then you come right back on the exhalation. Hands down, step back lower, just like emptying. We're pumping loads of oxygen through the body. And we all meet in downward facing dog, and we hold there. And we let that breath really move through the nose in both directions. Fall in love with this moment in between where you got to start to feel the heart, the pulsation of energy through your body, a little bit of heat coming. All right. Last breath. Push back a little. And then look at your hands. Let's walk our feet up to the top of the mat. Lift halfway on the inhale. Fold deeply on the exhale. Chair pose. Okay, take your arms down by your sides and move them behind your back. So again, we can go into that upper back work that I always love. Keep looking forward. You don't have to clasp your hands, just arms straight. It's for your triceps and for your rhomboids here. Now lift your heels and take the pose up on your toes. It might get a little wobbly, so I just want you to get comfortable with this idea that like not everything is always so perfect. Right? And so there's these little tiny muscles that start to stabilize you. Let them have a chance to work. When the big gross movements happen, sometimes the little muscles get lost. And so we just kind of lift the heels a little higher. We lift the arms a little higher. We draw the chest out a little further, refining the work. And then sink your heels and reach your arms. You come back to chair. And then push through those footprints and come on up. Yes, smile about it because it's over. And then bring your hands to your heart. Don't get stuck in the misery, right? Like, let yourself be in the joy of the release. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, fold. Lift halfway, inhale. Go to plank and lower on the exhale. Really doing what you're doing as you do it, right? Slowly lowering, and then really feeling the work of cobra in your back. Finding your way to down dog, lifting your hips, pushing through your hands, like really integrating your body. All right, right foot's going to step up to the hands. We're going to stay on the left toes and come up to high crescent. Now, similar to what we were doing before, bring the hands to the heart. We're going to lean a little weight into the right leg, and we're going to float the left leg up behind us. Yep, this is really, really nice. So everybody looks pretty good there, pretty capable. Right, now can you come to standing without touching the left foot down? Bring the knee to the belly. Squeeze the knee high. Squeeze it up so high. Press into your hands, lift your head, lift your chest. There it is. And we feel one leg pushing into the earth, the other one squeezing up into the belly. It's confusing for the brain. You got to get it all to click, right? There's a push and a pull and an integration and an expansion. Now take your arms up over your head. Amazing. From this place, which leg do you have up? You have this. Now we're going to take the left leg behind us and see if we can balance one more time right there. Arms reaching forward, leg reaching back. Okay. Then go ahead and touch your fingertips down to the ground and see if you can lift that left leg a little higher. Okay, I like it. Bend the right knee a little bit and tuck the left knee behind the right knee. Keep your fingers on the floor and see if you can feel like you're tucking tight into a ball. Look forward. Look forward. Arms are straight. Okay, now extend the left leg back again, all the way up. Soften that right knee so you can step the left foot down. Return to high crescent lunge. Arms reach high, and then take your flow. You got it. Oh, you guys are good. Some little missteps there, but we'll get it on the second side. Breathing, moving, feeling, presence. Feel your handprints. All right, left foot's gonna step up. Come into high crescent. Keep the movement simple. This is very linear. Hands to heart center. Leaning a little weight into the front leg, trusting it, grounding it, and then floating the back leg up. Pausing there for a moment so you can just, don't be afraid of the wobbles, right? You're just managing the fluctuations. And you're going to try to hold on to the balance and not step down as you bring that right knee to the belly. Stand tall. All those double actions. Pushing down, lifting the knee up, and then take your arms straight up over your head. Make the side waist long, right? Feel the rib cage expanding, even though you're trying to push-pull with the pelvis. You're amazing. Now we're going to tip forward and extend the right leg back. Keep reaching with your arms and kicking back through the right leg. You got this. You're amazing. Fingertips are going to touch down. That's it. As you touch down, go ahead and lift the right leg a little higher. Just because you can. Pick it up. And then we're going to bend both knees and tuck the right one behind the left one. Knee to knee. And then get on your fingertips and look forward. You got it. Squeeze the legs into each other. You can't just let that leg hang back there. You got to integrate it into the pose. Yes. And then extend the leg back up. Start softening the left leg so you can step all the way back with your right foot. And then rise back up, high crescent. You got it. Nicely done. Take your flow. It's like your reward. It's like you get to go back to what you know. And you get to find your own breath, and there's no cues, and it's just you doing yoga. Work your handprints. Feel your whole body in it. Okay. One more breath. And then we'll look at the top of the mat. Let's walk our feet right up to the top of the mat. Lift halfway on the inhale. Fold on the exhale. Bend your knees, sink your hips. Show me your chair pose. Feet are together, please. It's important on this one. Unless you have some kind of pinching in the SI joint, like the lower back doesn't allow you to put your feet together, that's a different story. But if it's just because you didn't step that way, we want to do everything with purpose, right? Mindfulness. Hands to heart. Twisting a little deeper this time. Left elbow outside the right knee. Left elbow outside the right knee. Find the lock. The elbow pushes into the leg pushes out slightly. The palms pressing into each other helps you broaden the chest. Draw the head back. If your head is over to the right, it's in the wrong place. Pull your head back. It should be in line with your big toes. If your left knee went forward, you got to pull it back this way. Head in the center. No, this back. Now bend your knees. Should be centered. Yeah. You're welcome. Okay. Now, can you put a little extra weight into the right foot? And could you lift your left foot off the ground? Just squeeze your heel toward your bottom. Use your hamstring. You got this. Unplugging one piece, but still holding the same pose. Your knee to knee. You're squeezing your heel to your bottom. So good, everybody. Go ahead, try and put the foot down gently. Return to center. Chair pose. Arms reach. Push through your feet. Come up through those strong legs. Yes. And then the hands come to the heart. Let's just stand still for a moment so you can have an attitude adjustment. Yeah. Like laugh at yourself for being any kind of anything about that, right? Like if you're congratulating yourself, it just doesn't mean that much. And if you're beating yourself up, it just doesn't mean that much. It's over and we get to do it again. And you could do it anytime you want, right? It's just breathing and moving. What you really, really want to congratulate yourself for is presence. Bend your knees, sink your hips, reach your arms. We go to chair pose again. build the foundation. It might seem so elementary and so simple, but are you in the center of your heels? Do you feel weight in your 10 toes? As you bring your hands to your heart, can you feel how that might help you keep the ribs in instead of flaring them, right? And then take your twist, right elbow outside the left knee as far as you can go, and then create the lock. Now, some of you let your right knee jut forward. Can you look down at your legs? See if you can keep the form, keep the foundation. It's really good. All of the things are working together. The hands pressing help you broaden the chest. Draw your head back so it's in line with your knees and not over your left foot. We're going to put a little extra weight on the left foot, so now you can challenge yourself and see if you can lift the right foot off the ground. Squeeze your heel to your bottom. Go ahead, bend that knee. Use your hamstring. Squeeze your heel up to your bottom. Squeeze, bend the knee deep, deep, deep. Hold it tight. And then put the foot back down. Return to center. Turn center your chest. Start to reach your arms. There you go. Push through those strong legs. I know they're tired, but that's how we get them stronger. And then hands come to the heart. Thank you for that. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. You're doing great. Lift and lengthen on the inhale. Go to plank and lower on the exhalation. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, you guys ready for one more? You got one more in. We're going to dig a little deeper. Okay, right foot steps up, stay on your left toes. This is going to be the best one. Reach your arms up. Yep, just find the integrations, find that grounding. Do you feel your feet on the mat? Don't let your head tell you a story about what's going to happen and how hard it's going to be. Just stay right here, feet on the ground, breathing, right? Hands come to heart center. You're going to lean forward into the right leg. We've done it before. Come into balance. Now, just let your fingertips touch down on the ground. You're going to keep that left hand on the ground, but you're going to twist open to the right side. And you know, as you're twisting, you got to stay mindful of both of your feet and both of your legs. That's it. That left leg is in the air. Now, can you integrate? Can you feel like your legs are drawing in a little at the pelvis and your belly is drawn into your spine? And could you lift some weight off of your left hand and just float it an inch or two off the ground? Yeah, you can. Look at how many of you are doing it. And look how many are trying. And look how many are falling. And it's all amazing because we're just doing it. And we're doing it right now in this moment. Put your fingertips back down. Good. Bring the right hand back down. Bend both knees. Squeeze the knees into each other. Left knee behind the right knee. Squeeze them. And then look forward. Here's the last beautiful piece. Hands come to heart center. Doing it on one leg. Yep, just trying. Focus your eyes. Yep. Pulling all the pieces together. You got it. And then put your hands down. Extend your leg up. And then we'll just simply bring our feet together. Standing there at the top of the mat, you can come on up. Reach the arms high. And bring it to your heart. So I think that got a little messy at the end, right? Because I think you were like, all right, I got the one hand thing, now what? Right? But we're going to do it again, and we're going to do it on the other side, and we're going to do it mindfully. We're going to pace ourselves, right? You thought you were done. And that's just kind of how life is. You think you're good, and then something else comes and smacks you on the side of the head, right? And so you just got to have a good attitude about it. You roll with it. You either have a sense of humor, or you dig in and you try hard, right? All right, here we go. Arms reach, inhale. You know all of it. Exhale, forward fold. Really doing what you're doing. You're lifting halfway, breathing in. Now you're stepping your feet back so mindfully. You feel the toes touch the back of the mat, and then you bend your elbows and you lower. Breathing in through cobra, toning and strengthening the back, and then taking it into down dog. Everything with purpose. Left foot is going to step up to the top. You'll rise into that high crescent lunge. Just like we've done the whole time, hands to heart, just building. Trust that left leg. Come forward into balance. Yep. That's it. And then let your fingertips touch down. This time the right hand is going to stay rooted, and we twist open to the left. And we don't take anything for granted. We need to be equally present in all body parts and all shapes and different forms. We see if we can feel that sense of integration, all the body parts working together, and then we float some weight off of that right hand and stay in the twist. Flex your back foot, Stace. It'll feel more in control. Yep, try it. Flex it first, get it, and then see if you can lift. You've got it. Yeah, we float there for a second. And then you put the hand back down, put the other hand down. And then bend both knees. Squeeze the right knee behind the left knee. Remember that little tight ball? Let the legs work into each other. Look forward. Get on your fingertips. Now see if you can hold this. Hands at the heart. You got it. Just keep looking forward. Don't give up. Don't give up. And watching mindfully, so you're learning what other people are doing, is actually really doing the work too. Let your hands go. Let the right leg go back in the sky for a second. And then bring your feet together. Yes, let's roll up or stand up with a flat spine. Reach the arms high. Yes, and then hands come to the heart center. How are we doing? We okay? All right, let's take a flow. Arms reach, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Lift and lengthen on the in-breath. Let's go to plank and lower on the out-breath. All that matters is that you're just really doing what you're doing as you do it. Breathe in, feel your body moving, changing shapes, feel your strength, feel where the fatigue is, feel where the tension is, be with it, breathe with it. We're going to take one more breath now. And then I'm going to ask you to come into a seated position. Come into any seat. You can sit right onto your heels. You can bring your legs around and do simple cross legs. And I know we're in a public setting and there's traffic going by, but do you think you could feel comfortable enough to just close your eyes? And when we close our eyes, we just minimize some of the distractions so we can really go inward. And this is a moment where you get to meet yourself exactly where you are. And I know that sitting here in the park seems so simple, but could you just be sitting right now? Could that be enough? Can you hold your head up? Can you lift your heart a little more? Yeah. Remember the toning that you did with Cobra. Does that still live in your body right now? The shoulder blades back a little bit, the spine tall. If we use a little bit of everything we know in our body, no part of you has to work hard. And then the sitting can become effortless. And you know that once we start paying attention to what we're doing, we have to integrate the breath, because it just adds a whole nother dimension. And right now we're just sitting and breathing, just doing this together. Don't try to bury your thoughts, and don't engage in them and entertain some weird kind of story either. Just keep coming back to this idea that I'm just going to sit right here and I'm going to feel myself breathing. Because this is really where the yoga lives. It's in your state of mind, it's in your consciousness and your awareness. It's about you being in your skin and trying to be a little bit more comfortable there, no matter what's going on. And the truth is, it's not always comfortable being inside ourselves. It's a lot easier to stay in the distraction of the world. Not every day is a great day, right? But can we just find a way to abide with ourselves in all of it? I mean, this is what it is to be human. We're going to grieve, we're going to be sad, we're going to be angry, we're going to be elated and joyful, we're going to be blissed out, and we're going to be everything else in between. And the truth is, I wouldn't want you to miss any of it. I bet if you think back to something that made you really mad, you learned something really important about yourself or about something in the world. When you think back to all of the joy, you get to still have that living in you, right? We are complex, unique beings. And I really think our lives will be better if we could just be a little more present, a little more focused, a little more clear, and a little more comfortable with who we are. And so I hope that that's why you're doing yoga. I think if you come here to the park with me, that you get that, right? And that's why you keep coming back. Some of you are here for the first time, so you may be like, what is she talking about? I just wanted to get toned butt cheeks. You'll get that too, I promise, you know? Yeah, it's all good. I don't know, whatever gets you to the mat. It's the thing that matters is what keeps you coming back. Take a really big inhale right here and then drop your chin to your chest. Bow your head humbly. Start to blink your eyes open. And then when you're ready, you lift your head back up. And then we're ready to go again. You can just lay down onto your back. We'll do a closing sequence. So as you lay down, go ahead and draw your knees into your belly. Yeah, just pull the knees in nice and tight to the belly. Rock a little bit from side to side. It might feel like a massage, and you might need it. Be gentle with yourself. From this point on, it's sensitivity. Lean a little to the right side so you feel like you're putting pressure on the lower right quarter of your back. Lean to the right so you feel like there's a little lean into or pressure on the lower right quarter of your back. Most of you got that. Yeah. And hold there for one more breath. And then we'll go ahead and lean a little bit to the other side. Go through the center and lean over to the left. See if you can feel yourself getting some pressure there. Kind of above the hip bone, but below the rib cage, like right into that soft spot. Just like kind of lean in. And if you move your knees around a little, you might find just the right spot. You gotta hold your knees in this one, otherwise you're just gonna like be flailing out there. You gotta hold it together, feel the integration. And then come back to the center, open your knees wide. You can just open them wide so you feel a little length across the groins and the inseams of your legs. You could take happy baby for a moment if you wish, but not everybody is happy in happy baby. And so just give your hips a chance to open a little bit. We were quite linear today. We stayed in face forward poses. We didn't turn out to do our lateral work. So I just want to give you a chance to release any tension in the hips. And then we'll bring our legs back together. Place the soles of your feet on the mat. And continuing the hip opening, turn the soles of your feet together and let the knees drop open. This time the arms can go up over the head. So your legs are open like butterfly wings. Supta Baddha Konasana, the recline bound angle pose. And don't try to flatten your lower back here. There's going to be an anterior tilt on your pelvis, so you want to kind of let there be a tiny space under the back. Just don't over accentuate it. Don't try to make a back bend here. Just like let your body be. If your legs and your hips don't feel like they're in good relationship right now, move the feet a little closer to you or a little further away from you. Just keep them together and you'll see the leg bone will readjust and it might fall better into the hip socket. So every sensation is information. And your job at living in this body as a human is to be in relationship with your body, to be fluent in the language of sensation, to honor. Like when you feel hungry, you eat, right? When you are hot, you cool down. Like when you're thirsty, you drink. When something hurts, you move it and adjust. Let's go ahead and draw the knees back into center. Bring the arms down. Yeah. And then let's pull the knees up and into the chest. Let's roll both of the legs all the way to the right side. So not halfway, just all the way to the right. That's it. And then open wide across the chest. Reach out and look out to your left hand. So the arms open and you look to the left. Go all the way till your left arm is on the ground. That's it. But do it softly. We did plenty of twisting today. That was all about the obliques and working hard and creating muscular actions in the body. Like here, what if you just didn't do that? So we learn how to be fierce and mindful and focused, and we learn how to be a little softer and compassionate, simple. Come back through the center and over to the other side. Make sure you're breathing nice and slow. Bring your knees right back up and into the center. You can take one more squeeze. It might feel good. Just honor whatever you're feeling in your body. Like stretch and move any way you need to. And then let yourself settle into your sacred rest, right? Shavasana. Our final resting pose is a pose of stillness. It's in our best attempt at anatomical correctness. And so we're not changing form. We're not messing with the flow of energy. We're opening the channels and we're allowing ourselves to just be completely still so the intelligence of the body can take over and we can step out of the way for a few moments. Precious moments. So in your own way, in your own time, just breathing, stretching, moving any way you like. Eventually start to pull yourself together and return to your seated position. How are we? Good? I'm so glad. It is a beautiful day. Again, a prayer maybe if you do that kind of thing. You're going the other way. We'll close our practice together with the beautiful and sacred sound of Om. We'll lower the music. So that way we can hear our voices and we don't get pulled into a note or a tone that isn't really our own. So it's just your voice. It's not singing. It's not about tone or quality. We're not on American Idol or anything. Like, it's just a sound, right? And the sound helps move your energy. The sound helps you be heard in the world. And it's just your voice, your unique tone, your unique pitch, and your sound, your voice. So together we're just going to fill our lungs, and then we're going to go A-U-M. Save some for the M. It's the best part. Okay? When you're ready, breathe in with me. Om Shanti 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 Hi. Om Peace Peace Perfect Peace. Lokha Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. May the actions of my life and all of our lives somehow contribute to that happiness and that freedom for all, so that we all have a chance to walk this magnificent earth, knowing what it is to feel peace, peace, perfect peace. Namaste, everyone. Namaste, everyone out there, back there, on the lawn, all around, and here, my friends up here with me. Namaste. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. 2 announcements. Teacher training. I know that many of you have inquired. There's 3 levels of teacher training going on starting next week. So starting March 6th, we have the normal 200-hour training. That's the base level training if you want to become a teacher. And we're doing 200 hours in Yin and 200 hours in Vinyasa. So if Vinyasa is your thing, that might be where your focus is. But if you're also interested in Yin, you could do your training in that style. We're also doing an advanced mentoring and leadership program. So if you already are a 200-hour teacher and you want to expand your knowledge, you want to mentor with me, and you want to also be a mentor to the other students that are coming up, that program is also starting on the 6th. That will be 6 months long. The 200 hours is 4 months long. And then we have an opening on the weekend. So next weekend, we're going to be doing a block on history and philosophy. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about yoga, like what it is that this is all about, 2 days, Saturday, Sunday, 10 hours on the 8-limb path. And then each month during the training, I'm going to open up 10 hours to the public if anyone wants to do workshops and study and learn a little bit more about the chakras, about anatomy. So if you want to deep dive a little bit, you don't want to do training, there's a place for you in the training. So come and see me. I think I have passes here. If you have not been to Yoga Journey, that's my studio. It's in Glades Plaza, Glades Road, just east of Town Center Mall. And so if you're interested in that, come and see me. And the other thing is 1 room left for Scotland. There's only 1 room left in Scotland if anyone's interested. It is a loft room. It could sleep 2 to 4 people. It has its own bathroom. It is the least expensive in terms of spaces, but it is a magnificent room. It is a beautiful, the house that is in is just new in construction, brand new. And it is a really beautiful space. So if you're okay sharing, like being in a roommate situation, you may be considering that. So Scotland, July 14th to the 21st. Oh, all the other spaces have already been spoken for. Right, Beth? So, yeah, that's it. The signing sheets are here. They never went around today. So if you want to come in and sign up, or be added to my email list, please come up and see me. If you're in a rush, go ahead. You don't have to.